All right, everybody. Again, this is Luis Vargas Aboite. If you're watching this video, you're having some issues with your device, right? So I'm going to go over some of the most common issues and kind of help you get there, okay? Here's one of them already. If you get this frame of rate issue, all you need to hit is view, and then don't spend too much time on this slide because it might give you some motion sickness if you are spending way too much time on this. So if you can, move from this and keep going. Again, this frame rate error will not come up after the fact. Another one, if you're getting disconnected from server and it's happening frequently, it might be because we have a lot of devices going and you've joined a session and there's a lot of students in here. I recommend going home, and let me show you what that's like. Going home and then going into your private session. That will most likely help, right? Because it's not cloud-based. So that's what I do. If I'm getting issues disconnecting, I'll go to the private mode and I'll join my own session with my own controls. You can also do that if you're getting those notes with no words, right? It's only models. That can help as well. Another issue we're seeing is students putting it on saying, I can't see nothing. One reason that could be it is either you have hair that's blocking the sensor here or your face mold is blocking it. So I would recommend putting it on like this and making sure your device is all the way touching your forehead so that your sensor can recognize that your forehead and somebody's in the device. So one thing to fix with that black screen. Another issue we get is students saying, it's a black screen, but I can see my boundaries. The reason for that is because they're touching this here, and this is putting them into the pass-through mode. So I'm going to do it for this video so you can see. And the way we counter that is by quitting the session. So you're going to see I'm going to tap my headset, which please don't do in lab. It can be very distracting and waste your time. But you can see I'm trying. Thankfully, it's not going right now, but I'm going to keep trying, right? See if it goes through. Okay, now it's giving me a resume at any time. For some students, it just shows this black screen and you can see your boundaries. That's frustrating. For me, thankfully right now it's not doing that, which is great, right? But if you get that black screen with your grid, all I ask you to do is just quit the app. And once you rejoin the app with this view, that black screen, that black grid will go away and you'll be back to your session. If it's still happening, always recommend the hard restart, which is pressing this button and having it on and waiting for about, I want to say 7 to 10 seconds until you see the meta icon reappear, and that means you've restarted your device and you can get back in, right? Another common issue we get is, oh, it's blurry. So blurry, one, I want to make sure that your headset is correctly level, right? That it's on right. Also, because we're, sweating and crying during lab sometimes, these lenses get dirty. So making sure you're using this microfiber towel. They should be up on the caddies, but if not, there's one up here. You're going to clean this here and then look through it, make sure it looks clear, and then clean these cameras. And then that should help with some of the blurriness. If that doesn't help, your IPD down here can also help. I recommend looking at a sign, like hope you can see over there pod 6, looking at that sign and then adjusting your IPD until that pod 6 looks a little bit clear. We've also went through some visual settings that I hope you remember. The contrast and brightness can also help, but for the most part, these are some of the issues that we're seeing in office hours and in labs. All right. I think that's it. The last thing that happens sometimes is we put on our headset and we have our models completely across over there. The one thing you can do for that is when you get into your HoloAnatomy, I would first make sure my boundaries are good, and then I would just hit home and restart that session. That just helps a lot. I know it can be inconvenient sometimes, but it helps with your experience. So let's say my models are across the room over there. I would just make sure that my boundary is in room scale, and you can always check it and you can always adjust it, which is super easy and super quick to do. Once you have it adjusted the way you would like it, then you can get into your anchors, set them where you want it, and then you can get your session started. So I hope that answers your questions. Again, when in doubt, that hard restart helps with a lot of the issues. But another common thing we're seeing is the internet issue. It's saying no internet. That's fine. If it says no internet connected, leave it as it is. Once you get into your HoloAnatomy session, it'll finally connect to the APs and you'll get into our network. So don't worry if it says no internet but connected. That's okay. Just keep on moving. All right. That's all I have for this video. I hope it helps, and we'll see you all in the next one.